Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the month of March 2025. So we have a lot of interesting astrological shifts and changes happening in the month of March. On the 1st of March, we have Venus retrograde in Aries. So Venus being the planet of love and self-expression and beauty, our hobbies, entertainment. This is going retrograde. So essentially Mama Venus is no longer watching over us and we're on our own with those things. Okay. That's in the sign of Aries, which is actually very much correlated to physical appearance and the self and taking care of oneself, a lot of life force energy. I would pay attention to argumentative behaviors in relationships. Okay. It's okay to work through issues. It's okay to set boundaries. Just make sure it's not turning into a full-on war or a full-on disruption, okay, of peace. We have Mercury moving into Aries on the 3rd. And then on the 14th, we have the lunar eclipse happening in Virgo. So this begins the famous eclipse season. We have 2 eclipse seasons every year, if you're unfamiliar. And if you look back on your life to times of intense endings that transformed your life, chances are it happened on an eclipse season or around an eclipse season. So this starts technically on the 14th with the lunar eclipse in Virgo, and then the Aries solar eclipse is on the 29th. So in between those 2 dates are going to be very, very powerful. But you will also be feeling this intensity before and after those dates as well. So pretty much all of March will be in eclipse season because they say that it's like the 2 weeks leading up before and after. So yeah, that's literally exactly 2 weeks before is March 1st. So yeah, this will be a month of intense change. I do predict a lot of things on a global level will be happening. We're just going to have to see. You know, I don't like predicting anything negative, but a lot of signs are in Aries right now. A lot of planets are retrograding, and Aries is a very forthcoming sign. It does rule over war as well, so I do predict, and I don't know why I'm telling you this. Same thing with Capricorn. I randomly was talking about politics and global things with them, but not the other signs. So for some reason, you and Capricorn, maybe Spirit views you guys as the most level-headed this month. It's not going to affect your happiness if you hear this, but I do suspect that there will be some things happening in global governments, dogmatic belief systems, like my way of doing things is the right way of doing things. And there could be some shifts and changes when it comes to like peace policies, governments pulling in and out of peace policies, changes in any active wars that are going on, etc. That's what I suspect is going to happen in March. And this may be global news, very big global news. Anyways, not scary there. On the 15th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Aries. So Venus, Mercury, all retrograde, right? And then Venus will move retrograde, still retrograding in the sign of Pisces on the 27th. On the 29th, we have that Aries solar eclipse, and also Mercury retrograde will enter into Pisces. And then on the 30th, the very next day, that final weekend of the month, we have Neptune in Aries. Now, that's a really big change because Neptune does not change signs very often. So that's going from Pisces, a sign that is very much at home in, to Aries. Neptune rules over our relationship to the unseen realms. Okay, our belief systems, our moral codes, etc. So it would not be shocking to me if you've been noticing, and this is a shift that, you know, you may have already been picking up on for a few months now because it's a bigger planet, right? You may have been noticing people around you who you would have never thought they would think a certain way or hold certain political beliefs, sort of switch sides almost, you know, change their whole moral code, their ethics, and it's like you don't even recognize them anymore, right? You may have been noticing that around you. That is Neptune moving into Aries. And even within yourself, you may have big shifts taking place when it comes to your personal belief systems, how you believe people should act in relationships, how you structure your life, like on a moral code level, energetically, like what you think is the best, how you connect to the unseen realms. That may be changing. You may be seeing people around you changing their religions, their politics, the way in which they move in relationships, you know, all of these big things that are technically unseen, you know, not physical. are taking place this month. So that's why I'm saying March is a crazy intense month astrologically, probably one of the most significant astrological months of 2025. During eclipse seasons, the energy is so malleable, so changeable. Lots of endings, lots of new beginnings for everyone. So Aquarius, let's see specifically what's going to be happening for you during March. We have Victim with the heart chakra coming out here. Yeah, you know what? I think you're feeling a repulsion to individuals who constantly are like, woe is me, I am the victim. Or you may have people close to you who are putting themselves in positions where they are overgiving or having poor boundaries, and you're not wanting to stand for that anymore. You may be speaking out against it, okay? There could have been wounds, old wounds in your heart center, where you genuinely were victimized to some capacity that you may be working through this month as well. You may be working through old traumas, old wounds, old fears, and learning how to really get firm in your boundaries in relationships, and stand up for yourself strongly, stand up for your peace strongly. And it's through knowing your worth, knowing your boundaries, and standing up for yourself that you actually are able to attract a lot more amazing things towards you. Man, this is a lesson that I wish more people knew, because a lot of people, I would say most of the people in the collective, are taught to overgive, not have strong enough boundaries, and just really disempower themselves in the process. And from an energetic standpoint, you know, just sitting back and watching other people who you may view as not as morally aligned as you, or just not good in general, why are they succeeding in life? And this may be something that you ask the universe, and the universe is saying back, because they value themselves. Okay, that's why. Your reality is just a reflection of your internal landscape. And self-value, pulling yourself up by the bootstraps and saying, I deserve better, I refuse to settle for less, and really sculpting your boundaries in relationships, in life, in business and career and finances, to protect your peace, to actually protect your heart, instead of becoming the victim again. Because you can protect yourself, you know, you can learn how to do that energetically, psychologically. It's just going to go very far for you, essentially. There will be some psychological changes in boundaries, in protecting oneself. We have Ivy, beautiful green energies. Look at that. Look at that green growth, heart-based energies. Ivy is an interesting, beautiful energy, because a lot of people view ivy as a pest. You know, it's something that you just cannot get rid of. It grows everywhere. It grows abundantly. And I think that's a really great example, actually, of a heart healing that you may be really benefiting from right now, is allowing yourself to grow abundantly, allowing yourself to receive, instead of feeling like, man, that person, place, or thing that just keeps, you know, demanding attention, getting what they want, allowing themselves to receive whatever comes their way, like, that's annoying. I always tell people to look to where you're annoyed, look to where you have an emotional reaction, an emotional trigger from someone or something, because that is something that you need to take on. Like, I've been reflecting on this so deeply this past week, because it's been coming through in the collective so strongly. It's like the things that you hate or feel so negatively triggered by in life, ironically, are oftentimes some of the biggest pieces of your puzzle. Like, for example, I'll give you a personal example. I hated running and athletics of any kind growing up. Like, I literally almost flunked gym. I had straight A's. I was in all AP honors classes. Almost like flunked out of school because of gym, physical education. That's how much I hated sports. And now I'm training for a marathon. So as you can imagine, the thing that I hated, the reason I hated it was because it was actually such a big part of me and my life. I just didn't realize it at the time. And I wasn't allowing myself to have access to it at the time. And we see this all the time. People who are deeply homophobic are usually the gayest people on the planet. Like, straight up. I've met people who are like that. Like, they put up this front of like, oh man, you know, gay people shouldn't have any rights. And then, you know, they go cheat on their wives with men. It's like, and when you start to realize this, a lot of hatred leaves your heart because it just becomes funny, because it's like you see it in everyone. The things that they hate are the things that they are. They have those characteristics themselves. And so pay attention to any jealousy or anger, envy, or just anything you feel in general towards anyone in your life. It doesn't matter what the dynamic is, okay? Because that person, I guarantee you, they have a trait that you're supposed to be accessing within yourself that you're not currently accessing. That annoying person who keeps getting the attention of your partner and all of your friends because they keep, they like plan themselves a birthday party and they ask for what they want and they actually receive it. And you're annoyed. You think that's obnoxious. Like, oh my God, everyone's over giving to this person. And it's like, no, you're mad. You're jealous at that person because they know how to ask for what they want and receive it and you don't. You're offered these amazing blessings, these beautiful things, and you say no because you think you're being polite, and you're not. You're actually just not knowing how to receive. So pay attention to the things that trigger you emotionally, because that is where you will find the greatest parts of your personality that may have fragmented off or may be repressed within you. That is actually your key to experiencing the life transformations that you really want to see. Moving into tarot, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. So there could be some troubles that pop up in your relationships at this time. And they could be surrounding some of the themes we just mentioned. They don't have to be, though. We have the Emperor coming out. Yes. Wow. Right next to that really supports this idea of setting strong boundaries in relationships. Okay. If you're feeling PO'd about something that a friend or lover or someone is doing or giving, and it makes you feel like you're being put on the back burner or you're not as important, whatever, speak up about it. Set boundaries around it. Protect your peace. What in your life is preventing you from having peace right now? What is taking you away from your peace? That is something that needs boundaries. That is something that you need to start standing up for yourself and asking for what you want. Okay, and the Emperor really suggests that, being in your Emperor energy, which is the divine masculine form of ruling, knowing what you want exactly, and identifying the problems within your own personality, adjusting so that way your peace is protected, you're receiving what you want, and you're in a growth state. It's very logical. And the divine masculine is all about uplifting, providing, and protecting, and showing up consistently. So you're doing those things for yourself, showing up consistently for yourself, your goals, your dreams, the things that you want to achieve. I am seeing that. You are showing up, you're showing out, even when you don't want to, with whatever it is, whatever your goal or dream is. Like if you're trying to get fit, for example, you're showing up to the gym every day. If you are trying to have a peaceful, loving relationship, you're speaking up to your partner about the things that bother you or the boundaries that need to be set there. You're showing up for yourself every day, which I think is just one of the most beautiful, amazing, positive shifts that could be taking place for you this month. And it's all coming out with this eclipse season as well. Any karmic repetitive patterns there of kind of having that green envy from the sidelines while everyone else is winning in life, and you feel like you may not be winning in the same way. You may be feeling that slight victim energy. That's what's being left behind. That's what's ending. That's what's closing. And you're entering into your chapter where you're receiving, where you are ready to have your success story. But it is going to have to involve you learning how to receive, learning how to set boundaries, showing up for yourself every day. We have the King of Coins in reverse. So there could be a masculine energy earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be masculine, like in terms of man. They don't even have to be an earth sign. There's just someone showing up here who, they could be very frugal or stuck in the past is what I'm seeing. Stuck in the past. Okay. They may need a little push, a little help when it comes to releasing and letting go of the past, of old ways of doing things, and embracing the future. I wonder what that means. That can show up in your lives in so many different ways. This could be someone who is just tied into the old visions of success, like politically, and they may be not very future oriented. This could be someone who is having a hard time like letting go of an ex, or letting go of, old addictions, old ways of doing things, etc., etc. I don't know. That one's hard to get specific on because it feels so different for all of you. I'm getting a million examples of that. So just listen to your intuition there. There could be someone in your life who is trying to, or they're having a hard time letting go of the past. And because of that, this may trigger something within you, a lack of peace. And that's where that green eye of jealousy may be coming in here. Because it's like, why are you giving more attention to this thing that should be in the past? Or why are you, not wanting to invest in the future, move forward with a beautiful future, focus on a future? So some adjustments, some boundaries may need to be made there. Interesting. I have no idea what we're talking about, guys. I'm not an Aquarius, so let me know down below what this means. We have the Two of Swords, exactly. Protecting your peace, learning how to set up healthy boundaries, protecting your peace, learning how to receive. These are all big, big themes this month for you spiritually. And this comes out underneath the Two of Cups in reverse. So when you see patterns of codependency or imbalance in your relationships, you're pulling back. You're saying, I'm sorry, this is where I draw the line. I don't want to accept this certain behavior. And it's not trying to control anyone around you. You're just saying, this is how I feel about a situation, and this is going to be the natural repercussion if it continues on. That's a boundary. That's not saying you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. This is saying, this is how this makes me feel, and this is my course of action moving forward if this thing continues. Protecting your peace, removing yourself from the situation. I don't want to be a part of this drama, this codependency, this issue. I want to move forward abundantly, prosperously into the future. You're in your emperor energies. You're looking at your kingdom, your empire, and you're saying, these are the changes that I want to make. This is the direction that I want to grow in. And you're showing up for yourself every day. And the issues in relationships that are out of alignment, you're saying, no, I do not want this in my empire. Okay, if you want to keep that in your empire, that's fine, but I'm gonna have to kick you out of mine in that case. Six of Cups in reverse. Yes. Okay, so this could have a lot to do with people from the past is sticking out. I'm wondering if any of you are in a romantic relationship, if it's like somebody that you're connected to romantically, maybe keeping someone who they have a history with in their life, or poor boundaries there, or even your own poor boundaries with people from your past. You may be setting boundaries finally and saying, you know what, this is not contributing to my peace. I'm letting this go. I'm removing this. I'm not going to keep checking in on their social media. I'm not going to keep checking in on their location, hoping that they see me. No. We're moving on. Okay, moving on. So, and that's the gift of the eclipse season. It is moving on, releasing, letting go, setting boundaries. Okay, endings, new beginnings. Final card out is the High Priestess. You are really in touch with the unseen realm, and very, very psychically aware, active, and just understanding the ways in which the divine moves, the ways in which life moves. Okay, you're seeing things that other people don't pick up on, Your spirituality is very important to you this month, and it definitely feels like there's a lot of spiritual awakening happening here. Listening to what feels right, going with your gut, and being navigated to the best possible outcomes as a result. I'm also, for some reason, picking up on reading. Some of you guys may be reading a lot more this month, or maybe you picked up some books that, inspire positive change within yourself, diving deeper within yourself, working within in order to change your outer reality. So it seems like there's a lot going on here. It feels like you are in a place of like wanting to build the future, grow the future. You're showing up for yourself every day in a very disciplined way, which is amazing. And there's a lot that you can manifest with the Emperor coming out here. Very great. The universe will bring forward any relationship issues, things that make you uncomfortable or lack peace in relationships. If that's the case, you're not being asked to sweep it under the rug. You're being asked to adjust your boundaries accordingly to continue to grow your empire and protect your peace. Relationships should not take you away from growing your empire. Relationships should not make you feel like you're the victim or jealous or anything like that. And if those feelings are coming up, dig into that and understand where a boundary is needed. Okay. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is a beautiful month. Lots of healing, lots of growth. The insights, the wisdom, the spiritual discoveries you make this month may lead you to more prosperity in terms of financial growth, in terms of life growth. So that's amazing. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye.